If you have a little one, taking them out to a restaurant or on a trip can be a test in patience.
Sometimes it is so frustrating, but it can be done if you're prepared. And so here to talk to us about it is Jennifer Durbin, author of Baby Traveling Tips for the Clueless Chick. She's here to test our knowledge about eating out with little ones. How you doing today?
Great, thanks for having me.
I'm a little nervous. I was never really good at taking tests when I was growing up, but this is really good information.
Yeah, I love this topic. Okay, so what's the first question?
So the first question is you should never take a child to a restaurant that doesn't normally serve children. True or false?
I'd say true.
True.
No, actually, it's false. You can pull it off. Even
Strip
something.
clubs, bars.
Well, I wouldn't recommend the strip club. But think in terms of like a Ruth's Chris, somewhere that you don't think would actually have a high chair. You can still pull off taking your little one.
Okay.
If they're an infant, just bring their little infant carrier and they can sit on the chair next to you and they're perfectly happy. You can get a little travel booster seat that attaches to any chair in the restaurant and you're good to go. Just make sure you have something like a sippy cup because the restaurant likely won't have that for you.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I always get intimidated saying these people spend a lot of money. I'm not going to take my kid there, but yeah.
Well, if you're in the middle of terrible twos, you probably do want to stay at home and order a pizza.
Right.
Yeah, but if your child's well behaved, you can pull it off.
Okay,
pretty
next
easy.
question.
Okay, next question. You should worry about the cleanliness of the table and the high chair that your child is sitting in.
True.
Very true. Always be worried. Be very afraid. So you've seen the high chair trick where people will turn it over and put their infant carrier on the bottom of it. That means the top of the high chair is rubbing all over the floor and is super dirty. So just bring with you a little high chair cover. That's perfect, protects your little one, they'll stay clean and germ-free. And a table topper is fantastic because it will cover the table, especially the little lip at the end of the table, because you know kids like to put their hands under the table, so that will protect them, and you can put food right on top of it, and so you don't even need a plate for them.
That's amazing. You can get that in such a small little bag. I mean, because usually they're like this big and they fit in the whole trunk of your car.
This is my favorite, and it's washable, so they can get it as dirty as you want.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, number 3. It's easy to travel with homemade baby food.
Oh, that is
I
definitely
made homemade baby food.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in the blender.
It's surprisingly easy. I mean, once you get into a good groove, it's super easy to do, and when you're traveling with it, you just need to plan ahead. So you want to make the baby food in your little baby cube or one of these great little green pouches, and that way it's easily transportable. You can even take frozen baby food with you to the restaurant and just get a little cup of hot water and thaw it out there, and it makes it very, very easy to travel with whatever your child's eating at that moment.
Wow, I'm learning so much information that I'll never need again. Okay, next.
Stop showing off. Some of us still have to know it.
So number 4 is you have to order off the kids menu.
Absolutely not.
That's right. That is false.
Man, we are banging.
No, I'm not. I'm a terrible parent. It's like, yeah, every time. I mean, I get my macaroni and cheese off the kids' menu. And I pretend like it's for them.
Yeah, sometimes the best things you can find on the kids' menu. But really, you can save yourself money and buy healthier options for your little one that are not on the kids' menu. You can even order a regular size meal for yourself and just share some with the little one.
I'll always do that.
That's a good idea.
And if you have 2 kids, have them share one kid's meal because you always have leftovers. And then don't forget to take some of your own snacks. Just keep some of those in the diaper bag. It's also good to keep them entertained before the food arrives.
Okay, and our last question.
And finally, keeping a toddler occupied during a meal is impossible. No, it's false. You can do it. Takes a little work, but you can do it.
This is why I avoid it altogether, but I need to learn from you. All right, how?
And again, if you're in the middle of the terrible twos, you might not want to test it. But if your kid's in a good mood, just go. Make sure you have their favorite toy, some activities. I love to take some Post-it notes, crayons, and pens because they can put the Post-it notes all over the place and then draw on them with their crayons and pens, and it's super easy to clean up after the fact. And then if you're at a restaurant that's serving a little basket of bread, let them play with the bread. Give them a piece to play with while you're waiting.
Okay, the tips are in your book.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thanks for having me.